Europe the land of castles, croissants, and centuries of conquests. But beyond the bustling streets of Paris and the historic bridges of Budapest lie forgotten places, entire villages frozen in time, swallowed by nature, or abandoned in haste. Ever wondered why Europe has so many ghost towns? Today we're diving headfirst into the overgrown ruins and cobwebbed corridors of the continent's creepiest forgotten corners. Buckle up, traveler. We're not in tourist country anymore. The medieval plague towns. Let's rewind to the 1300s. The Black Death is making the rounds. Yep, that Black Death. And entire villages are dropping like flies. Take Warham Percy in England, for example. Once a thriving medieval farming village, it now exists only as a skeleton of stone walls and a lonely church. Why? The bubonic plague hit hard, and the survivors? They, of course, fled. Many ghost towns in Europe are literally plague-time leftovers. People bolted and never came back. Or would you? Other examples are Poveglia Island in Italy was used as a quarantine station for the plague, or the city of Reval in Estonia was severely affected by a plague outbreak in 1710 too. Abandoned industrial towns, and came the industrial age, where human progress often meant nature's slow death. Now let's crank up the cold and head to Svalbard, Norway. Yes, above the Arctic Circle, where you'll find Pyramiden, a Soviet ghost town. This coal mining settlement was abandoned in 1998. But here's the twist. It was built like a model Soviet city in the middle of nowhere. It had a sports hall, a library, even a music stage. Today it's eerily well preserved thanks to the cold. Seriously, you can still find vinyl records lying around. It's like stepping into a 1980s USSR simulation with polar bears. Another example, Dole isn't ancient. It was a modern town. So what happened? Plans to expand the port of Antwerp meant bye-bye Dole. Residents were slowly bought out or forced out. Some resisted. Street artists moved in. The nuclear power plant in the background doesn't help the post-apocalyptic vibe. Now it's a battle zone between industry and memory, with the occasional art exhibit. And you knew this one was coming. Pripyat, Ukraine was built for Chernobyl workers and their families. Around 50,000 residents. After the 1986 explosion, the city was evacuated in hours. Nature has since crept back in. Vines in hallways, wolves in schools, and silence louder than any siren. It's haunting, iconic, and a harsh lesson on technology gone wrong. Third, victims of natural disasters. Located in the Italian Riviera, Balestrino looks like someone just got up from espresso and left, and no one came back. This medieval town dates back to at least the 11th century. But in the 1950s, geological instability, aka the Earth was doing the cha-cha, led to a mass evacuation. Landslides made the lower part too dangerous to inhabit. What's weird? The old town is still perfectly preserved, like a movie set waiting for actors that never show up. It's eerie, beautiful, and somehow Instagrammable. Krakow is a ghost town with flair. Built on a hill in Basilicata, it was rocked by earthquakes and landslides for centuries. A series of quakes in the 20th century sealed its fate. But thanks to its dramatic look, it's been in films like The Passion of the Christ and Quantum of Solace. No surprise there. Krakow looks like someone told a town to pose dramatically. And what if I told you there's a city in Italy where people didn't just leave, they were instantly frozen in place? Welcome to Pompeii, the ancient Roman city buried alive by Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. One moment, a thriving Roman metropolis. The next, volcanic ash raining from the sky like Judgment Day. And then, nothing. But here's the wild part. When archaeologists uncovered it centuries later, they found entire buildings, frescoes, even loaves of bread still in the oven, and yes, the people too, preserved in haunting, lifelike poses. It's like a snapshot of Roman life, at the exact moment it ended. Pompeii isn't just a ghost town, it's a time machine, and it proves nature doesn't just erase history, sometimes it immortalizes it. 4. Ghosts of war. Europe's been through, well, a few wars, and many towns got caught in the crossfire. There are towns that you don't walk there for Instagram, you walk to remember. In 1944, Nazi SS troops entered the village of Oradour-sur-Glane and massacred 642 residents, including women and children, as retribution. The village was left exactly as it was, burned, broken, and silent. Charles de Gaulle ordered it never be rebuilt. Today it stands as a chilling, untouched reminder of war's brutality. Walking through it feels like history itself is holding its breath. Kayaköy in Turkey was a thriving Greek town in Turkey. After the Greco-Turkish War and the 1923 population exchange, its Greek Orthodox residents were deported. The Turkish replacements never came. So the homes sit empty, slowly crumbling. It's history's way of ghosting you. In the 1970s, Varosha in Cyprus was the vacation spot, glamorous hotels, beaches, celebrities. Then the 1974 Turkish invasion of Cyprus happened, and everyone fled overnight. Fences were put up. Buildings were left mid-lunch. For decades, it was a no-go military zone, perfectly preserved. Only recently has it opened to limited visits. Walking here is like trespassing into a forgotten version of the 1970s. So why Europe? In short, history, density, war, plague, borders that change like fashion trends. Europe has layers, like an onion, a haunted, majestic onion. Centuries of migration, natural disasters, and political messiness make ghost towns practically inevitable. And unlike newer countries, where abandoned places might be bulldozed, Europe often leaves them standing, as reminders, warnings, or sometimes tourist traps.